With a word from Florida Atlantic University's representative, the Associate Professor of the Department of Educational Leadership and Research Methodology, Dr. Daniel Reyes-Guerra.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. On behalf of Florida Atlantic University, I would like to welcome everybody to today's conference. A special salutation to the Minister of Education and our esteemed guests today. This will be, I believe, a wonderful conference, something that FAU has always looked forward to. So I want to talk a little bit about the FAU-BalancED partnership that you just heard about, which is a partnership that we have been developing now for quite a long time. And I think what you're going to see today are the fruits of the labor of four very, very important people. First and foremost, I want to mention Dr. Baraka, who is the coordinator for this partnership. It's through Dr. Barakat that Florida Atlantic University has been able to make this kind of wonderful partnership. But partnerships means two sides, and it would not be without the incredible vision of Dr. Salma Al-Bakri for having this partnership. But of course, there are two other people that I think are very, very important for this partnership that we have been working very closely with. Of course, Mr. Naveed Michel. And I would be remiss if I did not mention my good friend, Dr. Mahmoud Hamza, who of course only gave me 5 minutes. And he always says, I'll have a surprise for you, I'll have a surprise for you. So probably the biggest surprise was putting me behind as a speaker, our esteemed Dr. Badrawi, because I am not a philosopher as wonderful as you are, and it's always a pleasure to hear all of your words. So thank you. In our work between our two institutions, we've achieved many, many things. I'm going to give you an outline really quickly of what we've done. Through Education First, in collaboration with the ministry, we have worked with over 800 schools, and we have affected 20,000 educators in Egypt. On top of that, we've helped to develop the digital platform with Vodafone. We are serving as the academic consultant for the new Aston College, and as well, we're all here present for this very conference. And I have to say that one of the things that we've really worked on is having a vision for this conference. So for us to create an educational conference that will showcase the work of both of our organizations and foster the flow of ideas and the sharing of multiple perspectives and ways of knowing, that's what we want you to come away with today in this conference and in our future conferences. It is our hope that this conference, like the two that we have already had, are setting a precedent for even more and greater conferences in the future. Here are our results and numbers, which I think are really important. We have an MOU with two protocols with BalancED. 11 of Florida Atlantic University's faculty have delivered 3 professional development academies and multiple workshops. One of those workshops you're going to experience today with our esteemed Professor Jenny Bloom, who's come. You will see her on the agenda. We've also developed 9 different modules, trained 32 Egyptian trainers. Through a Teach the Teacher model, we've reached over 20,000 Egyptian educators, which has an impact of 360,000 students. This is an incredible project that I think serves as an example of what the potential is that BalancED has in this country and going forward. We've provided free online professional development for educators through the portal that I mentioned. These 3 conferences that we are now holding, and we've participated in educational forums like one that our guests from UCEA, the University Council of Educational Administration, participated in just 2 days ago. Go ahead. I want to talk really quickly about one item that I think is really important. Whenever we have our conferences together, right, one of the most important things to do is talk a little bit about what is the research behind the topics that we're looking at. Digital transformation, developing the digital mindset, the challenge of school leaders is, of course, really important for today. But as well, moving that towards humanization and how that works is also very important. The digital role of school leaders I'm going to touch upon and what's important about today's learning. So let's go ahead. I want to just refer you to some of the research that exists around digital transformation. 2 things that I would recommend that you take a look at. The Harvard Business Review Press, the digital mindset, is a really good look at what it is that leaders need to do in this situation. The second, I would recommend going to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which has a lot of material about digital transformation. So, if you want the research, it's available. Go ahead. So what is a digital mindset and why is this important? A digital mindset is a set of attitudes and behaviors that allow people and organizations to see how data, algorithms, and artificial intelligence opens up new possibilities so they can chart a path for success in a landscape that is increasingly dominated by data-intensive and intelligent technology. Go ahead. Here are some leadership considerations for you to take into mind. FAU, we are educational leadership represented here. And here are really good points to think about as a leader in this digital environment. First off, for your organization to be at the forefront, you have to be engaged in continuous learning. A leader has to create that culture. Second, as a leader, you have to accelerate. You have to make adoption of new technology more and more quickly in your I'm being told my 5 minutes are up. Promote buy-in within your culture. Promote confidence. Align your digital systems. Decide who it is that's going to select these digital tools. It's really important across an organization, schools, that you have multiple members that are involved in that decision making. And finally, understand as a leader that change in this age will always be a constant. You can't wait 2 years, 3 years. Next year, 6 months, you have to be involved in the change. Go ahead. So our learning today, you will see here are the 4 important workshops that we will be presenting. Emotional intelligence, key to career readiness, the humanization of technology, digital transformation for student-centered education, and appreciative education, a theory to practice framework centering the human element amidst digital transformation. And I just want to build a little bit on what Dr. Badrawi said, which is it's not enough just to be focused on technology and science and math, but there's also the love of art, the love of humanities that is really important in this age especially in this age of digital transformation. Very important for us all to be thinking about, and I have to say, there's a group from the University Council for Educational Administration that has come to be present today. 3 nights ago, we went to the Opera House, and we listened to, and I'm going to forget his name, a beautiful concert. But you know what it told me? It told me that Egyptians love art and music. The entire concert hall was singing together with that music. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience. And it just made me know that being an Egyptian is being a very special person. So, on behalf of Florida Atlantic University, I believe my time is up. But I want to welcome everybody and thank you again. Enjoy the conference.